So, you're a creator on YouTube. Everything you've built, every video, every subscriber, every single hour of hard work, it's all resting on one single foundation. Get this right, and you can build an empire. But get it wrong, your entire channel could vanish overnight. We're talking about YouTube's community guidelines, and understanding them is step one.
Sound familiar? So many creators tell themselves this. Hey, I'm just starting out, my channel's small, I'll worry about the rules later on. But let me tell you, thinking like that is like building a house on sand. It's a gamble that can wipe out all your hard work in an instant.
And here's the harsh truth. YouTube is not a patient teacher. It doesn't wait around to explain what you did wrong. It takes action, swiftly and often without any warning at all. These guidelines aren't just suggestions. They are the code that determines if your channel lives or dies.
Okay, so what exactly are these all-powerful rules? Well, it's actually way simpler than you might think. It all starts with one core principle that applies to every single creator on the platform. Let's break it down.
Just think of the community guidelines as the law of the land on YouTube. They're non-negotiable and they apply to everything, from a 10-second short to a 2-hour documentary. There are no exceptions.
And here's something that trips up a lot of creators. They think the bigger channels play by a different set of rules. That's just not true. It doesn't matter if you have 10 subscribers or 10 million. The guidelines are exactly the same. It's a level playing field, and everyone is expected to follow the same rule book.
So, if the rules are the same for everyone, where do creators get into trouble? Let's walk through the 5 most common mistakes, the ones that get channels shut down, often without the creator even realizing they were breaking a rule. Avoiding these is your first job.
First up, adult and sexual content. Now, this seems obvious. No pornography, right? But the nuance here is key. It's not just about what you show. If the entire purpose of your video is sexual gratification, or if the overall tone is just sexually suggestive, that can be a violation. The point is, your intent really matters. Second, and this is a big one, child safety. This means any content that puts a child in a dangerous or sexualized context. This also includes injecting adult themes into videos that are made for kids. The consequence for this isn't a slap on the wrist. It's direct channel termination. And appeals, they almost never work.
I want to pause here for a second because this is incredibly important. Of all the guidelines, this is the one YouTube enforces with zero tolerance. There are no second chances. Protecting children on the platform is their absolute highest priority, and any violation is treated with the utmost seriousness. Third is hate speech and harassment. This one is straightforward. Content promoting hatred or violence against any group is banned. This also covers targeting, threatening, or bullying an individual. And a word of warning, the "it was just a joke" defense is a very weak shield. If your comedy crosses the line into genuine harassment, YouTube will take action. Number 4. Violent or dangerous content. This means showing real-world violence just for shock value. Promoting dangerous stunts. Think of some of those harmful challenges you've seen. Or showing people how to do illegal things. All of that is a clear violation. And number 5. Scams and false promises. This covers everything from fake giveaways just to get comments to making big, unsubstantiated claims in your videos. But the biggest trap here is misleading metadata. That's a fancy term for when your title and thumbnail promise one thing, but your video is about something else entirely. That clickbait can earn you a strike.
All right, now let's talk about what happens when you get what every creator wants, a viral video. There's a huge myth around this, one that gets a lot of channels into serious trouble.
The thinking kind of goes like this. My video is getting millions of views. YouTube is pushing it out to everyone, so they must be cool with it, right? It's like a free pass. It's a logical assumption to make, but is it true?
Absolutely not. In fact, the exact opposite is true. When a video goes viral, it gets put under an even bigger microscope. Because it's reaching such a massive audience, YouTube's enforcement actually becomes stricter. Popularity isn't a shield, it's a spotlight, and that spotlight invites much closer inspection.
So what happens when you do break a rule? It's not random. YouTube has a clear strike system. The first time, you'll usually just get a warning. But after that, you get strikes. 3 strikes and your channel's gone. And remember, for the most serious violations, like those involving child safety, YouTube can skip all of that and terminate your channel immediately.
So with all these rules and consequences, what's the most important takeaway? It all comes down to one core principle.
In the end, your channel is your responsibility. So before you hit upload, run through this mental checklist every single time. 1. Does the video itself follow the guidelines? 2. Does everything else, the title, the thumbnail, the description, also comply? And 3. Is this view count worth risking my entire channel over? The answer to that last one should always be no.
Because that's the bottom line. YouTube is an incredible place to build something, but it's all built on a foundation of rules. Ignoring those rules isn't an act of rebellion. It's just pulling a card from the bottom of the deck and risking everything you've built.
So now you understand the foundation, but what does each policy mean in practice? In our next explainer, we're doing a deep dive into one of the trickiest areas, the sexual content policy. We're going to break down exactly where the lines are drawn so you can create with confidence.